in India, a legacy of innovation and growth. Welcome to India Business Insights. India has been a host to some of the world's largest companies, not for decades, but in many cases for more than 100 years. One such company that has thrived and prospered in India for over 150 years is Siemens India. We have a new series where we look at some of the largest global corporations and their history of operating in India. Siemens has been a key player in industrial automation, infrastructure, mobility, and energy. But did you know that, unlike some of its competitors, Siemens does not engage in large scale exports from India? Let's explore why. Siemens AG is a German multinational technology conglomerate. It is focused on industrial automation, distributed energy resources, rail transport, and health technology. Siemens is the largest industrial manufacturing company in Europe and holds the position of global market leader in industrial automation and industrial software. The origins of the conglomerate can be tracked back to 1847 to the telegraphy Bau and Stolt von Siemens and Horsch, established in Berlin by Werner von Siemens and Johann Georg Horsch. In 1966, the present-day corporation emerged from the merger of three companies, Siemens and Horsch, Siemens Schuckert, and Siemens Reiniger Worker. Today headquartered in Munich and Berlin, Siemens and its subsidiaries employ approximately 320,000 people worldwide and reported a global revenue of around Euro 78 billion in 2023. The company is a component of the DAX and Euro Stock 50 stock market indices. As of December 2023, Siemens is the second largest German company by market capitalization of Euro 188.59 billion. Siemens' history in India started more than 150 years ago. During the 1860s, new telegraph networks were gradually being built up all over Europe to provide fast communication among the most important cities. The idea of the building a line from England to India was a subject of repeated debate until a young company named Siemens and Horsch S&K decided to take on the massive challenge, laying a land line 11,000 kilometers long in just few years across multiple countries, London and Calcutta. In 1867, Werner von Siemens and his brothers drew on their international connections to get the ambitious project funded. After just 2 years of construction, Siemens brothers were able to transmit the first message across the line on April 12, 1870. The telegram traveled the distance from London to Calcutta in just 28 minutes, a worldwide sensation. After the Indo-European telegraph line was completed, India remained a promising but hard-to-tap market for Siemens. The country presented the company with an immense challenge, especially at the start. A land nearly as big as Europe and considerably more populous, a land where many people of different ethnicities mixed, and with a geography that ranged from the highest mountain range in the world to the desert and jungle as well. Siemens did not get a foothold in India until many years after the telegraph line had been built. It began by engaging the import-export firm Schroeder, Smith and Co. in 1903 to represent SSW in India. This agency, formed by German traders in India in 1862, imported and sold SSW products in India for several years. One of the early large orders was to supply SSW turbo generators for the Tata Iron and Steel Power Plant around 1910. More generators were produced for various Indian power plants in subsequent years, including the Kopoli hydroelectric plant, whose electricity was carried to Bombay over a line some 70 kilometers long. Successful orders like this SSW's reputation throughout the land as a reliable, high-quality supplier. World War I disrupted expansion of the India business, but in 1921, SSE regained its agency in Calcutta. Chief Engineer Edmund von Zieha was enlisted to handle all in-country preparations and decisions for establishing a Siemens company in India. Just a year later, on November 8, 1922, von Zieha founded the new Siemens India Limited, headquartered in Calcutta. Several branch offices in Bombay, Karachi, Delhi, Madras, Colombo and Lahore followed shortly afterwards. Noteworthily, several of these offices were staffed entirely by Indian personnel, and many young Indians were trained on site. Siemens was involved in the development of India's power supply from a very early stage, especially in power generation. In fact, it was often more successful than its competitor, the GEC Group of UK, notwithstanding the fact that it was a German company. The two world wars also created problems for German companies to operate in India. The company built several power plants in the early 1950s that still stand as important milestones in the country's autonomous capacity for power generation. Siemens India also expanded its production sharply in the 1950s. To begin with, in 1955, a small workshop opened under an arch of the Mahalakshmi Bridge in Bombay, assembling and repairing switchgear. Since that unit was soon unable to meet the rising demand for electrical equipment, in 1957 Siemens founded a switchgear plant at Worli near Bombay, Siemens Engineering and Manufacturing Co. of India Private Limited. Subsequent years saw several production sites established all over the country, making motors, switchgear, transformers, cables, and other electrical components. Siemens signed multiple cooperation agreements with Indian companies. It began working in 1958 with Bharat Bijlee Limited, primarily a maker of motors and transformers. Shortly after that, Cable Corporation of India Limited was founded, a Siemens affiliate that mainly makes high voltage cables, signaling, and other electric lines. Both companies sell both their own products and Siemens products in the Indian market and other countries. In 1977, Siemens launched an extensive cooperative arrangement with the state-owned electric company Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited (BHEL). This, the largest German-Indian corporation project up to that point, constituted an all-inclusive production venture between a large Western corporation and highly capable state-owned enterprise. In 1981, Siemens opened a plant in Nasik for latest electronic components covering more than 140,000 square meters of land. It produces signaling equipment and custom equipment cabinets for automation systems and frequency converters, has made the Siemens Nasik works one of the most important production facilities in India. As of 2024, the principal divisions of Siemens are digital industries, smart infrastructure, mobility, and financial services, with Siemens Mobility operating as an independent entity. Major business divisions that were once part of Siemens before being spun off include semiconductor manufacturer Infineon Technologies 1999, Siemens Mobile 2005, Gigaset Communications 2008, the Photonics business Osram 2013, Siemens Healthineers 2017, and Siemens Energy 2020. A number of core vertical segments that are part of the company's key markets witnessed growth. These include data centers, power transmission and distribution utilities, metals, cement, automotive, and e-vehicles. Financial year 2024 also saw the emergence of new verticals such as semiconductors, batteries, electronics, and green hydrogen. In the rail transportation segment, continued ordering was seen in rolling stock, signaling, and electrification projects. The erstwhile affiliate of Siemens, Infineon, which is now a global important semiconductor company, also operates in India. Also, another Siemens associate, Siemens Gamesa, now a major global company in wind power, also has large operations in India. Even though Siemens Gamesa has had problems with its top management and also it has faced fierce competition in India, it is committed to growing in India. The company has a leadership position through its technologies and comprehensive product portfolio across industry, infrastructure, mobility, as well as energy. It also announced capacity expansions of its gas-insulated switchgear and vacuum interrupter factories in Goa, as well as the power transformer factory in Kalwa and the state-of-the-art metro train manufacturing facility at Aurangabad. During the financial year 2024, the company achieved a significant milestone for its Siemens Accelerator platform with the inclusion of over 100 India-relevant digital use and reference cases across multiple industries such as food and beverage, data centers, commercial buildings, power utilities, and others. Siemens Accelerator is an open and evolving digital business platform that comprises a comprehensive, curated portfolio that includes digital and Internet of Things, enabled offerings, software, hardware, and digital services from Siemens and certified third parties. During the financial year 24, the board of directors of the company approved the proposal to demerge its energy business into a separate legal entity, Siemens Energy India Limited, currently a wholly owned subsidiary of Siemens Limited. Siemens Energy India Limited will provide solutions across the entire energy value chain, from power and heat generation, transmission to storage, through a portfolio that includes conventional and renewable energy technology such as gas and steam turbines, hybrid power plants operated with hydrogen, as well as power generators and transformers. Digital Industries. The company's Digital Industries business provides technologies for automation and digitalization of discrete, hybrid, and process industries, supporting their digital transformation in order to become more sustainable. Its portfolio consists of industrial software and automation and drive technologies for optimizing manufacturing value chain, covering product design, production planning, engineering, execution, and after-sales services. Its digital enterprise suite offers flexibility and efficiency to various industries, general engineering segments, and original equipment manufacturers. Siemens Limited engaged in machine tools, printing, packaging, and electrical panel manufacturing. During the financial year 2024, the DI business experienced a slowdown in ordering of industrial automation products due to normalization of demand following shorter delivery cycles. The financial year 2024 saw the company extending its partnership with customers across verticals with cutting edge solutions to advance their digital transformation and sustainability initiatives. Notable amongst these were in the area of additive manufacturing, industrial edge, IT OT integration, cybersecurity, and digital twin. The DI business received several orders for customer services, cybersecurity, IT/OT integration, etc., and for its thematic portfolio of digitalization solutions for the renewables, metals, food and beverage, and several other metrics. For the financial year 2024, new orders increased by 10.6% to Rs 33,572 million. Sales, excluding other operating revenues, increased by 15.7% to Rs 39,287 million, while profit from operations was Rs 4,930 million compared to Rs 5,035 million in the previous year. Energy. As a leader in energy technology, the company's energy business works with its customers and partners on energy systems for the future, thus supporting the transition to a more sustainable world. With its portfolio of products, solutions, and services, it covers almost the entire energy value chain, from power and heat generation and transmission to storage. The portfolio includes conventional and renewable energy technology such as gas and steam turbines, hybrid power plants operated with hydrogen, and power generators and transformers. The energy business has a broad customer base that includes oil and gas, utilities, independent power producers, engineering, procurement, and construction companies, transmission system operators, and industrial companies in sectors such as cement, metals, and petrochemicals. Its technology solutions include grid technologies with high voltage, GIS, and AIS, automation and digitalization solutions for transformation of industry, gas services for gas turbines, project management for generation, transmission, and industrial projects, high voltage power transformers, industrial steam turbines, modernization and upgradation of steam turbines, and high voltage AC and DC substations. In financial year 2024, the energy business announced plans to double the power transmission capacity from 15 GVA to 30 GVA with a capex investment of Rs 3,600 million over next 2 to 3 years. It successfully acquired several marquee projects. To name a few, an order from a leading oil exploration and production company to modernize and upgrade gas turbines, an EPC substation construction project for a 400 kV gas insulated switchgear for a leading power producer and for a 220 kV gas insulated switchgear for a leading oil company and supply of a 400 kV gas insulated switchgear product for a power company outside India as part of an export order. It also won several orders for supplying power transformers to India's largest electric power transmission utility and part of the customer's efforts for integrating renewable energy. For the financial year 2024, new orders increased by 29.9% to Rs 87,997 million. Sales excluding other operating revenues increased by 4.9% to Rs 62,830 million, while profit from operations was Rs 9,101 million compared to Rs 6,873 million in the previous year. Mobility. The company's mobility business offers intelligent transport solutions. Its core area include rolling stock, rail automation, electrification, a comprehensive software portfolio, turnkey systems, as well as related services. With digital products and solutions, the mobility business is enabling operators to make infrastructure intelligent, increase value sustainably over the entire life cycle, enhance passenger experience, and guarantee availability. The business is equipping over 68 kilometers of Ahmedabad Metro and over 40 kilometers of Surat Metro with these technologies. The business also showcased its state-of-the-art technologies, including one of the world's largest green rail projects, 9,000 HP locomotives for Indian Railways, at InnoTrans 2024, a leading international trade fair for transport technology. For the financial year 2024, new orders reduced by 88.9% to Rs 31,285 million. Sales excluding other operating revenues increased by 38% to Rs 27,192 million, with profit from operations was Rs 1,498 million compared to Rs 533 million in the previous year, excluding the 9,000 HP locomotives order received during financial year 2023 and 2024. The new order increased by 21.2% in financial year 2024. Smart infrastructure. The company's smart infrastructure business combines the real and digital worlds across grid infrastructure, industrial infrastructure, and urban infrastructure. The business helps to pave the way to an all-electric world by supporting the transmission of fossil energy sources today to renewable energy sources and supporting the growth of e-mobility. The business also helps buildings become more people-oriented and more sustainable. SI provides customers with a comprehensive end-to-end automation and digitalization portfolio from a single source, with products, systems, solutions, and services from point of power generation all the way to consumption. The SI business performed well during the financial year 2024 with increased demand from sectors such as grid infrastructure, including e-vehicles charging, urban infrastructure including data centers and commercial buildings, industrial infrastructure specifically in the area of steel, cement, oil and gas industries. The low voltage motor business predominantly comprises motors of 0.12 kilowatts to 1.25 megawatts, with frames ranging from 71 to 450 with an IE2, IE3 and IE4 motors type. The application of such products is primarily in machine building, metals, food and beverages, chemicals, power, minerals, and others. The business is short-cycled in nature and has an asset-light model. The company follows an outsourced manufacturing model for the low-voltage motors with Siemens designs and its stringent quality controls across the supply chain and manufacturing. During the financial year 2024, sales excluding other operating revenues reduced by 2.8% to Rs 9,141 million compared to Rs 9,401 million in the financial year 2023. Profit from operations was Rs 785 million compared to Rs 1,097 million in the previous year. Financial results. For the financial year 2024, the company received new orders valued at Rs 2,35,641 million compared to Rs 4,63,829 million in the previous financial year. excluding the large 9,000 HP electric locomotive order from Indian Railways received in financial year 2023. New orders rose by 14% in financial year 2024. The order backlog as of September 30, 2024 stood at Rs 4,82,639 million. Sales excluding other operating revenues were up by 14.4% to Rs 2,02,504 million compared to Rs 1,77,007 million in the previous financial year. Profit from operations stood at Rs 25,480 million compared to 20,167 million in the previous financial year, an increase of 26.3% over the previous financial year. The company's profit before tax stood at Rs 35,177 million compared to Rs 25,451 million in the previous financial year, an increase of 38%. The profit after tax for the financial year was Rs 26,651 million, an increase by 39.4% compared to Rs 19,113 million in the previous financial year. The company's operating profit margin and net profit margin for financial year 2024 was 12.6% and 13.2% compared to 11.4% and 10.8% respectively in financial year 2023. Siemens revenue has gone from Rs 9,580 crore in September 2020 to Rs 20,250 crore in September 2024. India's economy is expected to outpace global growth driven by government's trust on reforms and capex investments in infrastructure, increased private sector investments, strong domestic demand, as well as high-value exports of manufacturing and services. Siemens Limited, being a leading player in industrial automation, digitalization, infrastructure and mobility, stands to benefit from India's focus on infrastructure and manufacturing growth. The growing industrial production and infrastructure growth supports the demand for a wide range of technology solutions provided by the company: digitalization, industrial software, factory automation and process optimization, building management, power distribution, grid modernization, and mobility solutions such as signaling and electrification. The company expects its growth momentum to continue in the energy sector too. With increased economic activity in the country, the expectations are that India will double its generation and transmission capacities in the next couple of years. The government has already set a target to have an installed capacity of 500 GW of renewable energy to cover roughly 50% of India's energy requirements. Jefferies has removed India's Siemens from its Asia ex-Japan long-only equity portfolio to increase China's weighting by 2%. The move follows Siemens' 22% underperformance over 6 months, with India and Korea's weightings reduced by 1% each. The company aims to focus on strengthening its technology offerings, integrating high-end features such as industrial artificial intelligence, machine learning, digital twins, 5G, industrial edge, etc. These technologies can enable local manufacturers to compete on a global scale to make the high-quality products which require complex production. The company is well positioned to support India in its transformation to a digital, sustainable, and competitive economy. Siemens is a powerhouse in India, but how does it compare to competitors like ABB, Schneider Electric, and GE? Strong domestic presence. Siemens is deeply embedded in India's industrial and infrastructure landscape. Limited export focus. Unlike ABB and GE, which use India as a manufacturing hub for global markets, Siemens does not engage in large-scale exports. Most of its production is targeted at the domestic market, limiting its role in global supply chain. High-tech investments. Siemens is expanding into AI-driven automation, green hydrogen, and digital manufacturing, ensuring future growth. Future strategy and investments. To maintain its leadership, Siemens is focusing on cutting-edge technologies like 5G for industrial automation, AI-driven predictive maintenance, cybersecurity solutions, and smart manufacturing. These innovations will be crucial as India accelerates its digital transformation and expands its manufacturing capabilities. Additionally, Siemens is expanding its accelerator platform, integrating more India-specific digital solutions across industries like data centers, food and beverage, and power utilities. This move aligns with India's increasing demand for smart factories and digital enterprises. Conclusion: Siemens is undoubtedly a leader in India's industrial transformation. While it focuses on local manufacturing and domestic growth, competitors like ABB and Schneider are also very strong. Despite many positives, Siemens recently faced a slowdown in industrial automation orders and market fluctuations. Additionally, Jefferies recently removed Siemens India from its Asia ex Japan long only equity portfolio due to underperformance, highlighting potential market concerns. Also, Siemens seems to have lost the opportunity to benefit from using India as an export hub and improving its global competitiveness. Yet, Siemens remains an important company in India's industrial landscape. Thank you for watching.